Hello, and welcome to another episode of Comlink Explica. In 2024, Comlink celebrates 25 years of history and also marks a decade of partnership with Rossetti Road Equipments, a company that is a national benchmark in the manufacturing of dump truck bodies. That's why we chose to interview one of the engineers behind the implementation of the inclinometer system in dump truck bodies. The engineer, Fábio Soave. Hi Fabio, how are you?
All good.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thomas?
Shall we get started then? To give our audience some context, tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Well, I'm an engineer graduated from PUC University, and I also hold a degree in technology from FATEC in São Paulo. I've been working at Rossetti since 1998, and I also have a history with the Rossetti family that predates the current company from a previous business they owned. So I have over 35 years of experience in the road equipment industry.
Tell us, what does Rossetti Road Equipment do?
We are a company in the road equipment industry specialized in dump truck bodies for all kinds of applications: mining, heavy and light construction, agriculture, and others. Basically, anywhere a tipping body is needed, we're ready to deliver. We work with both semi-trailer and truck mounted over chassis configurations.
So, how did it all begin? Share with us a bit of the story behind the inclinometer and Rossetti's involvement.
The demand for the inclinometer started back in the early 2000s, when the mining industry began using road trucks much more intensively than it had before. In 2005, Daniel and I attended the Mid-America Trucking Show in the United States, and we came across a piece of equipment that performed lateral tilt measurements. But that was all it did. Meanwhile, the Brazilian mining sector was looking for ways to improve tipping safety, since rollovers were still a frequent issue during the operation. So we thought, why not take that concept we saw and integrate it with our equipment? And that's where the idea of creating an inclinometer was born. We came back to Brazil and partnered with a company in Minas Gerais that specialized in electronics, because electronics wasn't our area of expertise and honestly still isn't. So we began developing a product that could meet that specific need: to monitor the tipping process, detect lateral tilt, and take action if an unsafe condition was detected, meaning if the tilt angle exceeded the limits we had predefined. It took a long time, lots of research, lots of development. And of course, the first units failed more times than I can count, but every failure brought us the experience we needed to keep improving the product.
Do you have any idea how many inclinometers Rossetti has developed for dump truck bodies so far?
Well, I don't have the exact number, but it's safe to say that over 30,000 units have been implemented over the years, doing a great job and significantly reducing accidents that could have occurred during this operation, which is complex and critical, which is the tipping process.
All right, so to be clear, what's the main reason for using an inclinometer?
What does the inclinometer do? Over time, we noticed that several factors that could lead to a rollover during tipping, and the main one is lateral tilt. And what is lateral tilt? It's the tilt of the ground itself, a broken suspension spring, a twisted chassis, underinflated tires, or even loose soil that could allow the tire to shift. So again, what does the inclinometer do? It takes all these variables and translates them into a lateral tilt reading. If that tilt goes beyond the limits we consider safe for the operation, the system takes action. It stops the tipping process right then and there. The idea behind using the inclinometer is to ensure that all these factors are being monitored and that the decision about safety doesn't rest solely on the operator's judgment. In addition, the inclinometer has another function that isn't often highlighted, but which I believe is very important. It tells the operator where they're standing, to know they're in a safe place to operate. The purpose of the inclinometer is not to block tipping. It's to enable tipping to be done safely.
Exactly. Many times, the operator doesn't even begin the tipping process, he just checks the monitor, sees how the truck is positioned, and immediately knows whether it's safe to proceed or not. It assists the operator in making that decision.
Exactly.
Great. And which of Rossetti's product models come with the inclinometer as a standard feature?
Basically, we can use the inclinometer on any piece of equipment we manufacture. For some models, we consider it mandatory. For example, Very large semi-trailers, like the 4-axle version or those made for 8x2 and 8x4 trucks, and also the van der Leyen configurations, which are around 11 to 11.5 meters long. These are machines used in demanding operations, so for us it's mandatory that these units come equipped with an inclinometer. In the mining sector, 8x4 trucks have practically become a standard product. We don't label it as mandatory, but the market itself has recognized the value of the safety it brings. It recognized so much that it has practically become the norm in these operations. Any other equipment can also be fitted with an inclinometer. More recently, we've started installing it in waste collection vehicles. That was a really interesting case, because we always thought landfill environments would be too unstable for this kind of solution. But the clients using it have seen great results with the inclinometer installed. Mainly for the reason I mentioned earlier. They already know where it's safe to tip. This makes the operator's job much easier when it comes to tipping safely. And it's even improved productivity, since they no longer waste time searching for the right ground or second-guessing unsafe areas. Now they know exactly where to tip.
Perfect. Very good. That's great. So basically, whenever there's a dump truck involved, the inclinometer can be applied. Of course, in mining and other environments with a higher risk of tipping, the truck already comes out of Rossetti's production line with the inclinometer installed. So, to close things out, Fábio, tell us this. What are the key differentiators of Comlink's inclinometer that Rossetti considers important?
The two aspects we consider most important in our partnership with Comlink are: first, the company's willingness to meet our needs with customized solutions. Because the inclinometer is a unique piece of equipment. For example, when we're talking about an inclinometer for a truck-mounted dump body, it has certain characteristics. For a semi-trailer, it's different. And for a road train, it's something else entirely. And since we're a company that's always aiming to meet the specific needs of each application in the best possible way, there's always some customization involved. And Comlink has always given us the flexibility to make those adjustments when needed. Another very important point, one that's directly related to our productivity, is the fact that among all the available brands, Comlink offers the easiest installation process. So the assembly time is significantly reduced.
Great, Fábio. Thank you so much for your time. That wraps up our interview. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for being with us.
I'm the one who should thank you for the invitation.
It's been 10 years of partnership, and we hope it continues for many more to come.
We hope so.
Everyone, this was another episode of Comlink Explica. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to our channel. See you next time.